Hello again, Mike Brailsford with Brailsford Woodworks. Thank you for joining me back on my channel. I do appreciate it. Today I'm going to turn a pecan bowl that I've had sitting around. As I've been doing some work with some epoxy, once in a while I have some left over and I'm like, I got to do something with it before it hardens. And I'll run around and find different bowl blanks that I have that could use some filling, and I quickly cobble some together and throw the epoxy in there. And this is one of those. I'm going to give it a shot. But the other day I was on the phone with Mr. Brent English, the owner and inventor of the robust lathe. Very nice gentleman. If you get a chance to talk with him, it was an enjoyable experience for me. And I do believe that's going to be coming up here in the future. I hope to be able to purchase one. But as he was talking to me and he asked me what I have for a lathe now, and I said I have Laguna Revo 1836, he says, have you ever turned from the end of the lathe? And I had to sheepishly admit that I had not. And the main reason for that was that the power I have for it is not conducive for me pushing the headstock to the end. However, I did install floor outlets when I had the shop built, and I never got around to putting the 220 outlet in the floor outlet right by the lathe. The wire was there ready to go, and so Mr. English shamed me. I quickly installed the receptacle tonight, and I'm going to give it a shot for the first time turning from the end of the lathe. I have a feeling this might hook me. So without further ado, let's get going on this. Alright, so I'm going to get the tailstock disconnected and turn this bowl around, and let's get this lathe pulled to the headstock pulled to the end of the lathe. We'll try it from there. some hollowing. First thing I'm going to do is try to get out some of this epoxy, since it really makes life with a gouge difficult. is a very large pecan blank, rough turned, I should say, back in 2015. Had this huge inclusion in it. I didn't do anything with it, except, left it. Then I had this excess epoxy from the rivet table I was doing, and ran in here, was like, I got to do something with it, and came across this one, quickly poured some in there, taped it off on the outside, and I'm rather pleased with that. There's a little bit of a bark inclusion, beautiful figure, and I added a textured ring on there. I think that came out pretty good, and there's even a little bit of spalting up here. This bowl's got all of it. It's got beautiful color changes, absolutely beautiful. You can see a pith right there. Yep, I'm rather pleased with that. So, final observation. Mr. English at Robust Tools is right on the money. Turning from the end of the lathe really is the ticket. Far more control over your tools. You have a better view on the work. It's really the way to go. So now that I've got my receptacle in place in the proper location, I'm going to do that from now on with the bowls, and for hollow forms especially, that'll be a huge plus. So maybe my next turn, maybe I'll do another hollow form and check that out, see how that works. But yeah, that's way to go, Mr. English. Appreciate it. Okay, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Again, this pecan is beautiful, or pecan, depending on where in the States you're from. Most people down here in the South say pecan. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So if you like this video, please take a look at some of my others. I think you'll like those as well. Please leave me some comments. I answer every single one of them. I promise I do. And if you think you've gotten some value out of this, and you haven't yet subscribed, please do. I would appreciate that. And as always, please stay safe. Bye-bye.